Juicy.
I've never met anyone quite like her before.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Andyland. It's your girl, Andy, and y'all know I'm cute. I've had this green in my head for a big minute, like just something with green. So I finally decided to pull the green out today, and I did good, if I do say so myself. As always, you know, Marcia did my hair. Shout out to Sia Styles. And if you guys would like to see how I got this look, make sure you are first and foremost subscribed to my channel, like this video, and keep watching. We're gonna start by priming the face. I'm gonna use my Milk Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer. I'm kind of gonna do the same foundation routine, sort of kind of, that I used in my last video, just because my face turned out flawless. My pictures were phenomenal, so I'm like, why not? I'm gonna take the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer and take Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of that, and I'm gonna focus that more on the outskirts of my face. It's super sticky, so I'm going to spray my face with the Milk Hydro Setting Spray. Okay. Fan your face, let it dry down just a tad bit. I'm gonna set my face, my T-zone, with the Makeup Forever setting powder. I know. This powder is so messy. This is in the shade Golden Beige, and I'm just gonna take that all over my T-zone. I'm not really going, I'm going outside, but I'm gonna go see Black Panther again. Y'all know I saw that when I was in Cincinnati, but we're gonna do some family bonding with my cousins, so. I'm gonna use my Haus Labs foundation. This is Haus Labs by Lady Gaga. This is a hydrating, illuminating foundation. So I have oily skin. Love the foundation, but I gotta make sure that I'm not looking like a grease ball. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know what works for you. This is in the shade 460 Medium Deep Warm. I'm gonna take this to the back of my hand. I don't like going in with this directly on my face anymore. It just, I don't know. So while it's on the back of my hand, that's like literally 2 pumps. And I'm taking my Morphe E63 brush, and I'm just gonna stipple that into the skin. Yes, the color match is a little off, but I don't feel like returning this, to be honest. And yes, you can return makeup if you did not know. By the time I'm done with my face, you won't be able to tell, so. Using my Sonia Kashuk sponge. Shout out to someone commented on my last video when I used these, when I was talking about how the Rare Beauty blushes turn them all pink. Thank you for the tips on how to clean my sponge, because pink sponges were just not it. I'm gonna take this, it's damp, I'm just gonna dab all over my face, even that out. I'm gonna spray my face with the milk spray again and pat it in. No, I usually do my eyes first, but I think what I'm trying to do, I could do after. I should do after. All right, just in case I touch something. 2 concealers I usually go in with. The first is to conceal, which is usually really close to my skin tone. The second is to highlight, which is a few shades lighter. I'm going in first with the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. This is in the shade Peanut Butter. And I'm going to conceal. It's actually a tad lighter than me, but I got tired of using my Dior, if we're being honest. And I got a couple little blemishes. I've been breaking out just a tad bit, so be nice to me, y'all. Be nice to me. I'm gonna take this Morphe M3 Sex Brush and I'm going to pat that concealer in. To highlight, I'm going to be using my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This is in the shade Cookie. I'm going to take that right to my inner corner and we're going to let this sit. Because we want to make sure we get the most out of this coverage and control the spread. I am going to do a little bit right here. To contour, I'm going to use my Juvia's Place foundation stick. This is in the shade Katsina. And I'm going to just do one right there on my jaw. Come down my nose. That's really high up. And a little bit on the jawline. Did I say jawline or cheekbone? Lord, not me not knowing my body. Okay. I hope I said the right thing. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to take my next blending brush. If you watched my last video, you saw me get powder everywhere. I cleaned up most of it. Most being the operative word. So if you see products with powder on it, that's why. Don't judge me. It was literally yesterday I did my makeup. So it's not like I waited a week. But we're going to pat this contour in. Because if y'all was like me on Thanksgiving, eating good, you might have a little extra jiggle in your giblet. You know what I'm saying? I'm just patting this on my cheekbone and up into my temple area. As always, I take a smaller brush, if I can find it. I always take a smaller brush to do my nose so I have more control. I'm going to take this into the front of my brow and just pat alongside of my nose. For blush today, we're going to use the e.l.f. Putty blush. This is in the shade Bahamas. It's like a terracotta orangey shade. I'm going to take, this is my Fenty 110, the foundation brush. And I'm going to dip that in there and take this on my cheeks. Careful because this is pigmented. I probably just ended up putting a lot. But I'm going to blend that kind of on my cheeks up towards my temple, but more so into my contour. Don't worry about if it goes too close up to underneath your eye, because you still have that concealer sitting there waiting to be blended out. So looks so pretty. Orange blush is a move, okay? I'm gonna take that same Morphe M536 brush, and I'm going to blend out my concealer, which should be tacky now. I'm gonna kind of start on the outside and then pat, pat, pat. Now, using some of the concealer in the inner corner, I'm gonna take that just a little bit to my eye. That way, I already have a base for my shadows without having to do that later and use more concealer. Oh, she looking good already, y'all. Okay. I'm gonna go over everything with my Sonia Kashuk sponge, because the next step is to set, and you don't want to set if you're not fully blended. To set, I'm gonna go back in with that Makeup Forever powder in the shade Golden Beige. I'm gonna tap some of that into my lid. Hopefully I can get enough out. Oh, that was a lot. Oops. I'm gonna use that same powder puff from Makeup Forever that we used earlier, and I'm going to set my face. You want to press that powder all the way in. Don't leave any of it sitting. You see how smooth this side of my face is compared to like that blurring effect? Ooh, there's something in my eye. Okay, I got it. I'm gonna take my scarf off so I can set my entire face and not have that weird line on my forehead, because I don't feel like fixing it. Ooh, edges. Ooh, edges. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna set my face using the One Size Turn Up the Base powder in the shade Dark 4G. I actually really like this powder. Like, my face looked really smooth yesterday. Really matte. But I looked healthy. Am I making sense? To bake, we're going to use the One Size translucent powder and that same powder puff. And I'm going to bake the sides of my nose, not so much under my eyes because I'm not trying to crack, because that Makeup Forever setting powder is pretty solid. I'm just going to take this to the sides of my nose. I know it's a lot of powders, but I don't care. What foundation I use, I get oily, and I don't like looking like a grease box. And set my brows too. I'm gonna place a little bit of powder underneath my eye, not directly underneath, but to catch any fallout from from my eyeshadow look. So now we're going to focus on the eyes before I do anything else. The eyeshadow palette I'm going to go in with today is the Culture palette by Juvia's Place. I am going to go in with Indebele, this dark green shade right here, because that's pretty much what I want my eyes to look like. I'm taking this really small flat brush. It's like a little what would this be? It's not a liner brush, but you could use it as a liner brush. And I'm going to go into that green, and I'm going to draw a line as if I'm doing a liner. Because I already set my eyes with powder, I can blend as I pat. I'm gonna look straight into my mirror so that way I can get this the exact way that I want it to look. Next, I'm going to take this pencil brush and I'm going to take my bronzer. I'm going to take the Fenty Coco Naughty bronzer, and I'm going to buff out the top of this. I don't want it so crisp at the top. I want the sharp line at the bottom, but I don't. A little more buffed out. I'm gonna go back in with that same green and add a little bit more towards the tail end so it can smoke a little bit more. And then take that bronzer. Okay, so I wanted to put glitter on the inside of my eyes, but I cannot find any of my glitter primers. And I own like 4 of them. So, we're gonna use my finger. I'm gonna go in with the, I'm gonna, let me see. I'm debating doing like a champagne-y shade or like the green shade. I think I'm gonna go in with the champagne-y shade for a couple of reasons. It's called Ijo, which is my tribe. So I'm a Ijo woman. Ijo. And I'm gonna take my middle finger, dip that in there, and then take that across my lid. So it's like that light, subtle shimmer rather than right? And that's basically it for the top of the eyes. Do I wanna? Yeah. I'm gonna take that same green and do my lower lash line with that same brush. I'm just gonna drag it. And then I'm gonna take that pencil brush with the Fenty Beauty Coconut. Why am I saying Coconut? What is Coconut? And blend that out. I'm gonna go on to my lashes with the Lash Paradise mascara by L'Oreal. This is in the shade, I think this is just regular black. I'm gonna coat my lashes so that way they can be ready for when I put my Faux on. I do have a video coming out on how I apply my Faux and do my liner, because y'all know it's a process for me. But when I was beginning to start doing false lashes, I couldn't find a tutorial with anyone who had lashes like mine. So I figured I might as well be that person to help the girl out. And I'm gonna take that Fenty Beauty bronzer, and I'm using my Japanese brush. It's an angled brush from Japanese, and I'm going to bronze up my cheeks everywhere I put contour. And a little on my forehead. I got some forehead, y'all. You ain't know I got some. I'm gonna take a smaller brush. This is the Oliver Shadow Brush from Sephora, and define my nose contour and up into my brow. For blush today, I'm gonna be using the Juvia's Place blush. This is volume 6. I'm gonna take this orange blush at the top, and I'm going to take this BH Cosmetics brush. This blush does have a little bit of shimmer in it, and it's very pigmented, so don't go in with a super heavy hand. A little bit at a time, you can always build it up. All right, I'm gonna put my lashes on, and then I'll be right back to dust this powder off. Okay, bye. I use the Luxe Effect lashes, again in the style Cancer. I can't get enough of these. I actually just ordered some more. Black Friday vibes. Now we can dust off this powder. I'm gonna take my Charlotte Tilbury powder in the shade 2 and a Real Techniques brush, and I'm going to use that very lightly to dust off all the powder under my nose, on my forehead. I know I'm looking a little ghostly. We about to fix it. Relax. You gotta trust the entire process, not just the parts that make you look cute. Some parts have you looking scary. Okay, before I spray my face, I'm gonna just go over my nose, around my mouth, and my eyes, around everywhere basically where I baked, just to make sure I look blended. I'm gonna take my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless powder and spray my face. Now I'm gonna take that brush that I used to do my concealer and I'm just gonna tap all over my face. I'm going to put some black liner in my waterline. I'm gonna use my NYX pencil in the shade black. I'm gonna line my waterline and then put the Lash Paradise mascara on it just to give me more of that. She's sexy look. My lips today, I'm doing a combo that I haven't done in a very long time, but used to always be a hit. I'm gonna line my lips with the MAC Chestnut pencil first on a nice dark deep liner. Instead of lipstick, I'm going to go in with one of the matchsticks. This is the Fenty Beauty matchstick in the shade Amber. I'm going to take this to the center of my lips. If you need to, use your finger and pat it together. I'm going to go on top of all of that with my Gloss Bomb. This is in this Diamond Milk. In the shade Diamond Milk. I should probably use a blush so I don't get this dirty. Wait a second. I'm gonna apply that with a brush just so I don't get my wand all jacked up. Because I like that gloss by itself. I'm gonna go on top of all of that with my Ruby Kisses gloss in clear. Juicy. And for highlighter, I'm also gonna use a Fenty Beauty product. I'm gonna use the Mean Money and Hustla Baby Kilowatt. And I'm going to take that and make an exclamation point on my nose. I'm not going straight down. Exclamation point. And just so I don't look cray-cray, I'm gonna use my concealer brush and just pat that down. Blend it in so I look juicy, not crazy. Now I've been debating, I think I want to do like a matte inner corner. Yeah, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna take my Soft Glam palette by Anastasia. I'm gonna take the shade Tempera and put that in my inner corner. This is just a pencil brush that I got from Amazon. I'm gonna spray my face again with the the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray from Tilbury. I'm gonna let that air dry. I'm gonna go put my clothes on and be right back. Alright guys, that completes this video. I hope y'all liked it because this green has been in my head for a while and I'm just glad I put it off because I've been dreaming about emerald green. Like, ugh. Anyway, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. I do have a lot of fun, exciting videos coming up for you guys, so make sure your notification bell is on so you don't miss any of those uploads. Like this video, leave me a comment, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye!